文峰来自中国香港。
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, women's doubles. Technical officials. Umpire, Hong China. Service job. All back from Simon, Hong Kong, China.
Well, here we are. This is the scene from Court 2, just awaiting the walk-on of our athletes for our fifth and deciding match on day one here from the Tiana Gym in Guangzhou. We've been treated to 4 really interesting matches so far. There's just confirmation of who's come through. Faisal and Wijaya in the mixed doubles. Now, this, interestingly, is another women's doubles clash from Group B. We saw Matsumoto and Nagahara their win over the Stoeva sisters earlier in that very same group, but this time it's going to be KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI who take on Lee and Shin of South Korea. Thai-Korean clash. Just waiting for the singles exponents on the adjacent court to get to the mid-game interval. They've just done so, so our players will be ushered onto the court anytime now. There they are behind the scenes, just sort of pacing around, keeping warm. They'll have done their stretches and warm-ups. They look rather glowing. The blood is certainly flowing. They know they have to come out explosively. There's no room for slow starts at this level. So that's where we are in Group B, to the right-hand side of that graphic. We saw Matsumoto and Nagahara have a win over the Stoevas earlier. Now we're going to take a look at the ties in Jongkulfan KITITHARAKUL and Rawinder PRAJONGJAI. They take on Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan from South Korea. And that'll round out our action on day one. Confirmation of the match we'll be bringing you shortly. It's a first meeting between the 4th and 5th seeds respectively. Ironically, along the way in the World Tour, they've never met, these two teams. Seems strange, doesn't it? But there we are, that's how it is. So it's tough, we can't read anything into this. The smiling South Koreans at the back, led out following the Thai athletes. So the smiling ceases and the business faces are on. KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI seeded 4th here in this event. Lee and Shin, the 5th qualifying team.
I know, sir. Which side? This side.
So just confirming, right, we'll stay here. You go there, I'll do that, suggests the umpire as he just about mounts his chair. The warm-up begins. KITITHARAKUL then, the 25-year-old from Chiang Mai in Thailand. One of the 25-year-olds, I should say. They're both 25 years old. Ranked 8th at the moment, has been as high as 6th in the world in July of this summer with her opponent today. Her partner, I should say. There's a first glimpse of PRAJONGJAI. Bangkok born. Well, it's been a pretty good year for these two, I must be honest. They've had 37 wins, only 21 losses. They started the year on a perfect note with a proud moment winning the Thai Masters at home, and a runner-up place in the Indian Open followed. Very encouraging performances throughout the year. Semi-finalists at the Thai Open and the Singapore Open as well, besides another 8 quarter-final finishes on tour. What about their opponents? Shin Seon-chan, 24 years old. Her partner Lee So-hei, 24 years old as well. So a pair of 25-year-olds against a pair of 24-year-olds, ranked 7th in the world at the moment. They have been as high as 2 in the world. That was back November of last year. But also a pretty good year, 33 wins, so just 4 less wins, but also 4 less losses as well. 33 and 17 this year for the South Koreans. They had a bit of a rocky year due to injury troubles, as we say hello to the Chinese umpire, Mr. Hu. And the Hong Kong service judge. Yeah, they salvaged the year, did the Koreans, Lee and Shin, with a season-closing semi-final at the Malaysian Masters and the Indonesian Masters as well. They were forced to retire early in a number of tournaments. They finally got their act together with 3 tournaments to go. They made the last 4 in France and won the Fuzhou China Open as well. And were runners-up in the Korea Masters and Hong Kong as well. So a return to late season form for the South Koreans.
On my right, Chung Hong Han, KITITHARAKUL, and Ravinda PRAJONGJAI, Thailand. And on my left, Korea, Lee So-hei and Seon-chan, Korea.
30-40.
So no head-to-head match activity to go on between these two teams. We don't know what to anticipate, but we do know that they are adjacent in the seedings. The 4th seeds from Thailand take on the 5th seeds from South Korea. Let's get this going. Compelling opening exchange there.
One love.
And given that you've got Matsumoto and Nagahara as the 2nd seeds in Group B, this one will be fancied by both to come through. The Stoeva sisters also occupy the position in the group as well. But you'd imagine both teams here will be keen to get the win in this one, given that you've got the 2nd seeds looming nearby. And you kind of figure out that generally you could possibly have one group loss and then turn your fate around. But that would probably come against the Japanese duo, you'd imagine, given their 3rd ranking in the world and 2nd seeded decoration here. So this is a must-winner for both teams, is what I'm saying.
Service over 2-all.
Swing and a miss, wow. Well, a hand of apology to her partner there, Xun Chan. The malfunction. Good dig though from Lee So-hee. But it can be quite unnerving. Not so for Shin. She regrouped well.
3-all. Service over 4-3.
Well, Lee So-hee is, the radar is off at the moment. She's really struggling. Made a few unforced errors, and it's not a nice place to be because it's a huge court, bright lighting. The world media spotlight is panning down brightly into your eyes, and you've just got to try and do your very best to switch the radar on and get back into this. Well done. That's better. Hopefully that'll ignite her confidence a little. Offering a hand of apology there, courteously. You don't need to do that, but it's just good manners. I like it. Big fan of that. Yours.
Service over.
Well played, the Thai duo there, just finding the space on the court, and there was hesitancy between Lee and Shin there. KITITHARAKUL with the serve as a consequence. 2-point lead for the Thais. Well played, just enough heat on the smash.
7-4.
She holds on to the serving.
Service over. 5-7. 6-7.
Always tricky coming into a tournament like this when you haven't played your opponents, and they'll have studied a lot of video footage, of course, with all the digital content that's out there. Be fully aware and briefed by their coaches what to do tactically, I'm sure, and have a vested interest themselves to really do that homework well. Well done. Shin there, very quick in the front court to dispatch. She's pretty explosive, and now increasingly she's getting into this more and more. So deadlock in the opening game. A run of 3 consecutive points for Lee and Shin. Can they build from here?
Seven. Service over 8-all.
Well, you can't separate these two teams, can you, at the moment? It's, according to the scoreboard, a very, very tight encounter. Right. Who can find that tactical nuance, that edge to just somehow eke their team in front? Brilliant. A straight drop from Lee was a good one. And 6 out of the last 7 points. The South Koreans have strong-armed their way.
It's over 9-10.
Super play here from Rowenda PRAJONGJAI. Look at that. Deadlock again. Generous check for the winner of women's doubles, $120,000 US. Runners up take 60,000. Even the fourth place players of each group take $9,000. Beg your pardon, $10,500 per team for doubles. Well done. Good response from
11-10 interval.
Shin Seon-chan. They are ahead at the turn with a solitary point advantage, 11-10.
Court to 22nd. Court to 22nd.
Well, the signature event of the season then, in which only
11,
the
10.
cream of the crop qualifies. It caps off a tremendous first 12 months in the partnership between BWF and the title sponsor, HSBC, of the World Tour, of course. Higher prize money, greater coverage on TV. Well done.
12, 10.
Well, you have to give credit to Shin Seung-chan. She was really struggling at the start, but immediately sort of didn't doubt herself, got stuck in, carried herself tall, good body posture, good court demeanor. Didn't shrink into a shell like some would. And suddenly now they've broken to the front. Brilliant again. Tight net
13,
from
10.
Shin. She is getting better and better, and quite a telling force in this South Korean team. Flicking into form nicely, in timely fashion. Starting to stamp their mark on this one, you sense. What have the Thais got in response to this shifting gears from the Koreans? Well, she was so hesitant, but in the end roared of delight because it did just spill over the back line.
10. Service over 11.
Well, run of points comes to an end at 4 there. Again, a second run of 4 for the Koreans. Now can PRAJONGJAI do something a little special with this serve? Oh, that's unlucky.
Service over 15-11.
Well, they've won 5 out of the last 6 points. Lee and Shin. Oh, she's left it.
Service over 12-15.
Well, it was a brilliant cross block towards the end of that rally from Shin Seung-chan. Let's take a look at it again. That one there opened up the space nicely and then just completely missed that shuttle again, as she did in the sort of second point of the match. Long, grueling rally, and the mini battle was won by the Thais. So is this the start of the turnaround for them? They need something to induce a little inspiration. Good return of serve from Shin again to redeem the previous fluff. That's nice again. Power telling from the athletic Shin Seung-chan. She has been menacing in the front court at net.
Play. Eighteen 12. Service over. 13.
Well, you have to admire the proactivity of the Koreans. They've been just that little bit more varied in their attack lines and changing the speeds and directions. And they've been rewarded generally throughout this opener. Still with a 5-point advantage. Now, what can PRAJONGJAI muster to claw this deficit back? Yeah, she's been fast in the forecourt with variation and speed, has Shin Seung-chan. And quick in the fast, flat drive game too. Closing in on the opening game now then. The Koreans, you sense, 6-point cushion. Well, they've been unable, the Thais, to put any more runs of 2 points together, or runs more than 2 points, I should say, throughout the entirety of this opening game. They've been contained and kept at arm's length well by Lee and Shin so far. And as a reward for their work, the Koreans now with 7 game point opportunities. A little too cheeky there, wanting to finish in a flurry of flames in that game. Did Lee So-hee.
And
21-14. Exactly as the clock hits 20 minutes. It's Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan that take the opening game.
You know, just one change.
Clock to 20 seconds. Clock to 20 seconds.
We have to initiative to more pressure there.
So we resume at the start of game 2, opening game 21-14 in favour of Lee and Shin from Korea.
Level. Play.
They've just been that little bit more adventurous and rewarded in doing so, Lee and Shin, so far. That's how to defend. Look at that. The cross block there from Lee was immaculate, finding the hole on the Thai court. Well done. That was the penultimate shot from Shin, who in the front court has been ever menacing today, despite a couple of aired shots. Generally, she's been really effective. Good cross block there from KITITHARAKUL. That'll help. String break for Lee. These rackets will all be strung pretty similarly in tension. No, denied a warm-up. Let's get on with it, suggests the umpire. Well, the touch of Shin Seung-chan of Korea has been quite admirable throughout. She's been really creative and very left brain, and opening their Thai opponents' court up very, very nicely with some tight straight nets and cross nets, all sorts of angles she's plucking. Well done. Good round head smash to finish that as well. Standout from Shin. And the Thais, KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONJJAI, just look a little bereft of ideas right now as they walk hand on hips towards their coach in the corner of the court. It's a difficult ask. These Koreans are playing some fine badminton.
It's over 2-4.
Oh, a beautiful backhand cross block there from Lee So-hee. That was quite something. Can you imagine that? How they would have clawed in a lot of extra good results had they not been troubled with injury this year. It's been a rocky road for the two Koreans. They are a fine pairing, there's no doubt in that, as, to be fair, are KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI, but they just don't have quite enough weaponry so far, or that's not been evident. Merciless. Really, really good variety, mixing up the attack lines. And the body language of these two not looking as positive as the Koreans right now. Understandably, they're right up against it. Can they just find a way to get their teeth in here and turn this second game around? It's a must-winner for the Thais. Another hat-trick of consecutive Korean points. And of course we keep mentioning Shin Seung-chan, but of course her partner Lee So-hae has been really solid throughout, darting around the backcourt to allow the license of the creative playmaker at the front there to really open up their opponents.
9-2.
Well, the serve found the line, despite the leave from the Thai athletes. And they really do have the momentum right now. That's 6 points in a row for Lee and Shin. It's one-way traffic in this women's doubles. The Koreans race to the mid-game interval of game 2, 11 points to 2 on a healthy run of momentum. Can they be stopped? Well, this pairing of two Korean 24-year-olds have been merciless. Now, how are their front-running skills? That's what we'll take a look at anytime soon. Can they keep the pressure on the Thais, or will there be a little lapse?
Over 3-11.
There's more energy, they're more often in the attacking formation. Shin loves the front court. She is relishing being up there, taking those risks. Beautiful from KITITHARAKUL there.
Service over 4-12.
Coaches delighting in her vision. Took all the speed out of that. Great straight drop. Their first run of 2 points this game for KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONJJAI. She's all over the net, isn't she? She's got quite a presence. Sees the game very early, and she's strong athletically to pounce. I know I keep harboring on about her, but she really has been emphatic today.
Five.
A 10-point deficit. They have to attempt to retrieve. It's been a blur at the net. Lee setting up Shin so effectively. They've been twinning with great efficiency and deception. It's a familiar look, isn't it? Shin just closing the net down so quickly. Brilliant.
17-5.
One-way traffic now. Everything has had such precision today from the Korean duo. It's been mesmerizing badminton, and so little the Thai pairing can do to combat it. Setting sail for home then. Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan.
Well, service over 6.
Well, tonight has been a revelation and a glimpse of the former world #2s back in November of last year. And suddenly they seem to be hitting form just in the nick of time here, the Koreans.
Out. Service over 20. Match point.
14 match
6.
points.
Service over 7-20. Play.
Well, we saw it earlier in the match, didn't we? A swing and a miss from Shin. She does like to take the shuttle very, very early, but that was Very unusual. Perhaps a momentary lapse in concentration by one of the 24-year-olds there, but they looked in the driving seat at that point. But credit to the Thais, they are nibbling away. They've got a lot of work to do here. It's another 12 match points. And there it is then, totally orchestrating affairs this evening. It's been a comfortable evening's work for Lee So-hee and Shin Tseon-chang of Korea. The 24-year-old both come through emphatically. A very strong showing from these two, who have hit form just in time. The Koreans come through safely, 21-14, 21-8 in 37 minutes played. So terrific performance then from the two Koreans. Confirmation of the result coming through in some style. Lee and Shin safely home in Group B with a win under their belt. Well, we've seen some terrific badminton throughout the course of today. 5 matches we've brought you from 6 o'clock. Confirmation of our results. Faisal and Wijaya, the Indonesians, through in the mixed doubles safely, 2-1. And then Li and Liu, the might of China, the towering giants, safely through in that all-Chinese clash. How strong Han and Zhao were, but in the end ousted. Matsumoto and Nagahara coming through the women's doubles as the second seeds with the win over the Stoeva sisters. And then in mixed doubles, it was Prajongjai and Theratanachai coming through in straight games over Go and Lei of Malaysia. And then in women's doubles, outstanding performance, particularly from Shin Tseon-chan, who owned the court alongside Lee So-hee. They played some mesmerizing badminton to come through in straight games against KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI. So that concludes our action from day one here at the Tanner Gymnasium. We'll leave you with some highlights. Do join us again tomorrow for live action from 11 AM. For now, it's a Guangzhou goodbye from myself, Paul Hand. Great having your company. Do join us tomorrow. Bye for now.